whispering. Cute.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're
No.
now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly
Me don't want no fake love,
and
me only want the real deal.
Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on a dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Hey, Facebook. How are we doing on this fabulous Wednesday? Come on in. We're going to give you a little time to come into this room. I don't know why I'm seeing the back of the Lovebird's head, but I'm taking it that she's muted herself. I think. Being that I have no idea what the topic is because she put it up, I need her to come on because I can't find it on my page. Well, she came initially completely off now, didn't she? You know how we do, y'all. We have these technical.
Okay. I don't know. I'm having some difficulties over here. The topic is, you suppose I already know what the topic is, girl.
Well, I don't know. I was looking for it. I was like, let me find it.
No, you wouldn't.
I was really looking for it. I really was. I know it's on biracial dating. That I know. I just don't know the whole thing of it.
You know what? Never mind. I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Today's topic is, why is there a double standard when women of color date outside of their ethnic groups, but okay for the man to date whomever he chooses? And I'm going to read you the comments that we had on our page earlier. Aaron said it's a good question. Felicia said facts. Steven said, great question. Here's how it is for me. All women are wonderful, but I have a very special love for my queens. And as a black man, I don't want to share our precious queens with anyone else but as kings. I'm not at all saying my opinion is right. I'm just giving you a real answer to your inquiry. Okay, Steve. Renee said, because it's an ego thing, I think it's a boost to their ego to be able to date outside their race, but it's hurtful to their ego to see a beautiful black woman on the arm of someone other than a black man. Y'all hypocrites, she said. And I agree with that because, you know, a lot of times you have these black women that stand by these men, these athletes and stuff. And as soon as they sign these huge contracts, the girl that's been there the whole time, they brush her off to the side. They'll get, you know, exotic looking woman, a white woman, any other woman than a black woman is what I'm saying. Right. I see it all the time. But as soon as you as a black woman decided to date outside of our race or whatever, our ethnic group, when you out in public, you get these eyes, these side eyes, like
how dare you? Yeah, like how dare you do that? Like it's wrong.
Yeah, but y'all do it all the time, and it's a slap in the face, and would disrespect the black woman in front of them white women. I haven't seen it happen.
Well, you know, when I say, you know, I would even just narrow it down to white women. I would just say when they're with any other than a black woman. I think it's just, I think they disrespect in a lot of ways. When it comes to black men, you know, you hear it all the time. Like you hear, like Steven said, you know, he would hate to see his queens on the arm of another man. Then the black men probably need to step up a little bit and start acting different than they are.
Well, no, you know, it's another stereotype. Hey, David, it's another stereotype when they say, hey, Vanessa, when men are go to the other women, especially white women, more often than not because they're more submissive. But let me tell you, it's some hood ass white women out here that act far more worse than a black woman ever would when she get ratchet and ghetto. Trust and believe, I'm telling you. So you can't put that stigma on that. You got a good woman that know how to act and got some sense in every ethnic group. You can't just narrow it down to what she gonna do what I tell her to do and da. Because I know a whole lot of white women, some strong white women, and they're not putting up with that shit, and they're not playing the radio with these dudes. So you can't just put that off on another ethnic group. But again, I say, when you see a black woman out with someone other than another black man, you get all these side eyes all the time. I see it, whenever I'm out, and we see it all the time. Kiki said white girls will make it worse. But I'm saying, it's a double standard, and it shouldn't be. Anybody, now let me say this first. Anybody has the right to date whoever they want to, whatever background they come from. I'm just saying from what we see and the experiences that we've had. Now, I haven't dated outside of my ethnic group, but I'm not going to say that I won't. I just haven't. Nobody's just like that to do so. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all in what you want. He said black women, the most stereotype the most stereotypical though. Why you say that, Keith?
I was just.
And then David said it goes way deeper than that, but I don't date outside of my race. I'm sure it is. A lot of people.
I'm asking David, why don't you date out your race? What is it that makes it different? What's the reason why? Is there a reason, or you just know?
Well, for me, I would say, even if I dated outside of mine, the background is just so different. You can't tell a person how to be a white person, but they ain't black, and they're not gonna have to go through the things that you're gonna have to go through, whether you're a black male or female. That's
but you think about it. What about if you come from a mixed background and you have black and white in your family? So how do you say I'm not gonna take this part of my family, I'm gonna take just this part, and I'm not gonna balance that out? That's kind of unfair.
But a lot of people do. I know a lot of mixed people, friends, my kids' friends or whatever, and they won't date a white boy. Their mother may be black or half black and white or whatever, but you won't see them with a white boy. They only date blacks. That's it. But I mean, again, it's preference. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Daryl. Daryl said, Daddy said, boy, don't mess with them white women. Right. Like David just said, no common ground. Right. He said, they can't relate to my problems as a black man. That's what I was trying to say. They can't tell you about the struggle of being black.
But half the black men can't tell you about the struggle of being black.
No, but you missing the point. It's different. It's different because you on your swirl move right now. So
I get these topics. I just figure like,
you want to taste the rainbow right now.
Half of the black men cannot even figure out their own struggles as a black man, and half of the stuff that they go through, they cause on themselves.
A lot of times, but then I always say you can't keep pointing fingers, because we all have the ability to make our lives different. You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't, you can't just point the finger and say it's because of the white man this and the white man.
Right.
You have the opportunity to get, granted, you may struggle a little bit and you can have the same credentials as the white guy, but you're going to have to work twice as hard. And if you're a woman, you're going to have to work 4 times as hard to get to where they are. That's just how it is. So, it's not to say that one is better than the other. I'm just saying, why is it a problem, a double standard, when we step outside of our ethnic group to go date somebody else?
Because I be saying, I was sell out.
Huh?
You're now a sellout. You've sold out.
No, you ain't sold out. You're just doing what you want to do. That's all what I say, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what color man is, red, yellow, green, purple, blue. Most of them full of shit. It don't matter what color they are.
Okay, that part would be correct.
Period. Keith said, "With the biracial child is deeper." Well, yeah, because you went through some things with that. But I'm just saying, and sometimes it just ends up like that. You wasn't in a relationship with the person. You just got caught up in the moment. A baby was created, and then you got to deal with this side because. Just say, like you just said, your you like, let me say this because I knew a person like this. Couldn't stand black people. Would not think of their child them dating outside of the race. They had to be white. That's it. And she bought him a whole bunch of black babies, mixed babies. They love the babies to death, but still don't fool black folks. So what do you say about that?
That's a double standard. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, because it's their grandchildren. They still, so what are you teaching these kids? Because they got to, and they have to embrace their black side and their white side. So who are you to tell them they shouldn't? Because they're both.
They grow up very,
but they want to instill in these kids that, yeah, because it's like you trying to hide the fact that the child is black, and you just thinking, but the child looking at their hair, they looking at their skin tone, their color, certain things that they do, and they can't explain these things to them. So why would you alienate this child early on because they don't know? You got to teach them right from wrong, and they just have to embrace what it is. They didn't ask to come here. It is what it is.
I think teach the child. You should teach the child both. You teach them both ways of life. I don't think it should be, because your mama could have kinky hair, and you have to explain to the child why my hair is curly and blonde.
That's my point. That's what I just said.
Yeah, you have to explain these things.
That's what I just said. But then because children don't know about hate and racism. They're taught.
They're taught it. Right.
So if you have a little black child and a little white child, and they playing at the playground, the parents racist, and they come snatch their little white kid up, the black child or the white child at that point don't have a clue as to why they can't play with this child. They just see another kid. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and then a lot of these parents is racist as hell, don't like the black man until he come and sign these multi-million-dollar contracts. Then he loved their black ass for their daughters and granddaughters.
Love them a lot. Love them a lot. But then that's the choice that they get. They want these pretty little blue-eyed babies.
Yeah, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? So I just say, don't be looking at me side-eyed when you don't have damn near every ethnic group on the map. You done tasted the rainbow, but don't want the sisters to go out here and see what else there is, because you can't limit yourself. You got to be open-minded about things. Hey, Christina. But you can't do that. Yeah. So my thing is, love who you want to love, but don't. People say I don't see color, but that's a lie. That's a lie. They do.
But that's crazy. Okay, let's just take white out the equation. What's the difference if you saying, okay, so David said he don't date white girls. What if you date an Indian? What if you date an African? It's always going to be some difference in something. You can date a whole black man and his mama don't like you.
It's on another side of the equator.
Yeah, they might be like, I don't like her.
Yeah, because but you know what? A lot of times Africans, black as hell, but they're prejudiced and racist against black Americans.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because they believe Americans are lazy, they don't want this, they don't want that.
Right.
And Africans hold themselves like high. You know what I'm saying? So they might look at you like, what is this? What did you bring home? You know how they do when you watch these African movies all the time. But
yep.
And then a lot of times the Indians, the Asians, and all that, you'll see an Asian female with a black man before you see an Asian man with a black woman.
True.
I see that. I've seen that. I don't think I ever really seen an Asian dude. Well, my cousin married to an Asian dude, but other than that, I haven't really seen like Asian guys outside of Asian woman.
My cousin's married to an Asian.
I know there are some, but you just don't see it a lot.
Yeah, and when you go to Hong Kong, you see it a lot. Like when I was over there in Hong Kong and I was around, you see it a lot there. I guess it's not migrated.
I'm talking about here. I ain't been to Hong Kong. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you do see it. It's just maybe they're far out.
Hey, Greg. Greg said, I love black women and I have been with both, and I'm a white man. I don't never ever want another white woman. Why, Greg?
Why, Greg?
And Chris said, Tina said she only dates black. Let's see. Well, I know that, Tina.
Well, Tina, we know that. We know that.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to say this, though. You may see a black, I say this all the time. When you see a black dude, he really don't care like what white woman look like. He just love white women. She may have a tooth over here, one over here. It don't matter what she look like. But when you see a white man with a sister, he got him a bad sister on his arm. 9 times out of 10.
A lot of times, yes, he gonna pick.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10.
Honey. That's true.
They sure do. Like, I guess that's why they said once you go black, you never go back when you get your like
that shenanigans.
But you know, like that's just like you, right? You like multiracial. You got some of everything. Yeah. So really, if you date a white person, you about white too. So it's like you really ain't dating outside of your race.
Somebody, you know, that's how I look at it. I like people. I don't even think about. I guess I don't think about what their background is, and all. I don't get into that part. I'm just like, you know, I guess we should have that discussion before we get to gliding all together. That probably should come first, like, you know. But then my mom and dad, you know,
what do you date?
For anything, I date anybody. I don't have a preference.
Anything.
Anything. I don't have a preference when it comes to color. I really don't, because I am so diverse in my nationality. It'd be hard to say my dad is biracial. It'd be hard to say, oh, I'm not going to love the white half of my family. I'm going to love just the Jamaican half of my family. I'm not going to love the Chinese half of my family. I'm going to love it's too much. So my mom always said, love who you love. She don't care what I bring home, as long as it ain't hitting me.
Well, your daddy didn't fool with white folks.
He dated a couple white girls.
He had white sisters. Yeah, whole white sisters. He was like,
white sisters. But he loved, you know, and all my aunts married like Indians and black Jamaicans. But they, you know, but my family is very prejudiced. They color struck. You know that. They real color struck on
I told you, I was like 48. Look who's coming to dinner. When you go to her house, child, you ain't like
about that. They're real funny about dark people. They just like, you know, that's not their thing. So if anything, that would probably
But you know what? People among black people are some of the most racist people ever among each other. Like the light skin, the dark skin, the brown skin, and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, if your ass get into a pickle with something, your ass gonna know how black you are. I don't care how light skinned you are, how curly your hair is, or whatever. Me and my niece in California, we had this debate one time, and they was like, because they so light skinned, you know. I said, okay, all right, you can be as light as you want to, but go out here and get in trouble and see how black your ass really is.
In 2
minutes, because they're gonna let you know, and they're not gonna let you forget it.
And you think my own grandmother didn't like me because I was light skinned and she was dark. She hated me for my skin color.
Christina said a lot of times they don't care what they look like because they can do whatever to the white chick. Not all, but most. Give up their car, paycheck, buy PlayStations, and let them do whatever and stay with them. But a black chick ain't having that shit at all. Some of them do, Tina. Now, some of them do. Some just got like just stupid. I ain't gonna say got just stupid because there's some that do it too. I mean, you know, that's like I said, with every ethnic group, you got somebody in there that's gonna do something that you wouldn't expect them to do or whatever. David said, first thing out their mouth is nigga when they are mad. Ooh, child. I always say that. And it's funny you said that, David, because I was watching an episode of the Jeffersons, and you know, Helen Willis was married to the white dude, and George was like, they got into an argument. He said, here it come. She said, don't you say, what was he going to say? He said, nigga. He was like, no, I wasn't going to say it. And so they got in this big debate about it. Like, he said, I thought it, but I would never say it. So either way, I just feel like they're always in the back of their mind, that's going to happen eventually.
Right.
Because, you know, these white folks, when they date black people, they think they got free reign to say anything they want to do. It's the nigga.
I don't never say honky. That's kind of a weird word. But how many we might say like, oh, look at his fine white ass, or he's sexy. That, you know, we say stuff. I think when it's because black people are so touchy about the word nigga. When it's used, it's like, oh my God, you can't say that. But how many times when people be having a white homeboy and they be like, you little honky something, and the white boy don't take it.
No, they be calling him nigga too. They be like, what up, nigga? And he be like, what's up? So
you can't mouth. You want to say somebody's a nigga and not. I think that's the most craziest thing in the world.
But see, what if you got a white person that grew up in the hood, just like in the ethnic community? So in their mind, you know, sometimes they have like not an identity crisis, but that's just what they identify with because that's where they've been all their lives.
And they figure they black. So, they look in that life
yeah,
like I'm black.
And they got all the slang, they do all the stuff, say all the shit these black dudes be saying, do all the stuff they do, all that kind of stuff. So do they get a pass too? I'm just asking because I don't know.
But you know, most of the people, most white kids that grow up in a black neighborhood, they take on that mentality.
Identify with black.
And they feel like they black, honey. You can't tell them nothing. I mean, zero.
Right.
And they're hated because of that. They really are. They're hated because they get down with black people. Period.
Yep. Christina said, right now it's almost tax time. Watch how many fat white chicks be in a relationship with a black guy. Excuse me, y'all. And they're gonna give half that tax check up to Flip. Yeah, he gonna flip right on to something else. He gonna have on all the latest George, all the latest polo, and all that shit, and she gonna be sitting there still waiting on her money to get back. Now I talk about this all the time. Shelly tell you that. I'm negative. David funny. Said it is not okay for them to say nigga, no pass. He don't care where you grew up with, how black you think you are. If you are white, he said no pass, no.
Well, then I think it should go both ways. I don't think it should be a pass for a black person or a white person to say it. It's all derogatory if you ask me. I'm sorry.
You say the shit all the time on here.
All the time. Yeah, I say it all the time. But I think if you're gonna say, okay, you can't, and point the finger, then nobody should be saying it. What up, my nigga? What up?
Okay, I got whatever. What you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I got it. I get that. A kiddo hates that word. He can't stand it.
Oh my God.
Christina said, me, I identify, and you only get a pass in your area. Unless you earn respect, you ain't saying that word, period. Okay, Tina. Thomas, hey, Thomas. Thomas said, you're right about the Africans. Oh, yeah. David said, wow. Greg said, they don't have class or soul and stupid and dumb as hell. And David said, shame on you, Shelly.
I'm sorry you disagree with me, David. This is a podcast where we're going to agree, baby, and we're going to disagree. I just think you call a spade if it's a spade. You cannot sit here and tell me it's cool for a black brother. Black people will fight another black brother for saying, nigga, I'm going to do something, and then it be boxing and fighting. But if a white boy come and say, what up, my nigga? Oh, you can't do that? That's stupid as hell. I'm sorry.
I ain't seen it happen. I'm just saying, I'm sure it has, but I ain't seen it.
All the time.
Hey, Eric. Hey, Albert.
Hey, Albert.
He said Shelly has Caribbean hair. Thomas said, I say no pass for anybody, black or white. Okay, I get that.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Because, you know, that's just like now when you out somewhere and like the dude they called the T-can boy, when he smacked him in the face and broke the can in his face, he was like, nigga, my nigga. He said it so many damn times, I got a headache. In that one little 5-6 minute video. And he was like, don't say that word. Don't say that to me again. And he told him, he kept telling him. So it's like he felt like because he was in the hood, and then he was talking shit on top of shit. He just took all he could take, and that was it. And then he got his ass whooped, and that was the end of that. But I wonder if he's still saying it. That's why I said all I had to say.
But you know what? And I hate to say this. So let me think about how to word this, because it's going to come out totally distasteful when it comes out my mouth. I'm going to think about that one first. Then I'm going to say it.
David said, no, he don't. I don't, which means he don't agree with you. And Christina said, I think it's more sensitive these days because of the racist shit. Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. You know, racism is at an all-time high in this era. You know what I mean? So you have to really be careful what you say to whom and how you say it. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
But what is the black men? Okay, what does the black men do when they are dating? When they are dating a white woman? And we in a racist world right now with all this racism going on. Let's just talk about it since we on this topic. We in this racist world we live in, and you have a whole white wife sitting at home, and you out here talking about Black Lives Matter, and your whole little white wife is sitting there looking at you like, it matters, but I don't need you to go out there and protest. I don't need you to go out there and represent those black people, because you're in this house and I need you to be my baby's daddy and the father to my kids and the husband that I need you to be. And you're picking on the side of the fence, and you playing both sides of the fence, because a lot of them do. What do you do in those situations?
You see what you just did. Now, when I wanted to bring the topic up, I'm talk about it. Just what you just said.
Yes,
because you just contradicted yourself once again.
I did.
Now you done
because David got me thinking. I think about it. What do we do as Black people, period, men? I'm not really talking about the sisters because we don't really be out there protesting like that. Some of us do. But when we're sitting here and all this stuff hits the fan, as it typically does, that's when we become Black. We're now, Black Lives Matter. Let's block out on Facebook. Let's block out on this. Let's be about this life. And when in reality, in real life, you ain't really about shit. So please, let me call these spades out on this podcast. So y'all come sing to me because I'm open to it now. Look at eyes.
I think about that often because, that's just like when all that shit happened at the Capitol on the 6th. You remember who Clarence Thomas is? Mm-hmm. He was the Black Supreme Court judge or whatever. Black now. And his wife was supporting all that racist shit at the Capitol. So you as a Black man, when you sitting here and you at a certain status in your life, you never come out to address it. You send out the wrong message to every damn body.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think he's a white man, like Ben Carson, like the little attorney general in Kentucky that didn't convict those cops for the Breonna Taylor stuff. So you can go on and on and on and on about it. But my thing with Black Lives Matters is if you go talk the talk, walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say shit. Yeah, a lot of people say shit and do things like a lot of people were doing things just to do it, but wasn't really supporting the cause. They was out here just doing shit that didn't have nothing to do with the cause. And I got an issue with that. Now, if you're gonna support the cause the right way. Don't be out here on this bullshit doing stuff just because you feel like you got an open path.
How many times do you hear Black men say, or Black women say, I have Black friends, I have white friends, and I have to act different around both of them. I'm going into corporate America and I gotta be myself and I gotta be white today. I can't do this because I have to act white today. What is acting white and what is acting Black? We have classified ourselves as people. When I talk at work, I talk like Michelle. I don't give a frick who you are. I'm going to be me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. If you rock with me, you rock with me. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to never sit there and be like, my white friends need me to be white today. But
y'all already know. Y'all see me. This is me 24/7. I am me 24/7. I don't know how to be anybody else, and I'm not going to try to be anybody else. And the thing with that is what you just said. Why should you have to change you to be around somebody else to appease somebody else? That's being fake and that's not being you. So if you decide you got to be white, whatever that is at work or talk white or act white or whatever the case may be, then who the hell are you all the other times?
Why can't it just be?
Granted, that's
proper English. Why can't it just be you have proper English? You speak proper. You have some education about yourself, and you're not a dodo. It don't have to be, I'm talking like a white girl. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in the world.
That's what I was about to say. You have proper etiquette, you know what I'm saying? And granted, different places require you to be a certain way. You're not going to be acting out hood in church or out hood when you're in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying? You have to adapt to your surroundings, but still maintain being yourself. You don't have to turn into somebody else just to act like you got some damn sense, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know right from wrong, and we don't have to do this or do that. It is what it is. But you have so many people when you see them, they be like, when you say certain things, like, shh, they don't talk like, shh. Well, who are they supposed to be?
Right.
You don't know how they are when they not around you. They may just be showing you this part of them, but you get in another element, and you be like, damn, I didn't know that was like this. You know what I'm saying? Like they turn all the way up, and you be like, where did that person come from?
Turn more up than you turn up. You thinking like, what in the world? It's a time and a place for everything. That's how it's a time and a place to anywhere you go.
Right. I would say people don't get fish sandwiches anymore for saying inappropriate things. Right, Abba. Greg said, you ladies look fine as hell. Well, thank you, Greg. Hey, Joey. And David said, you are so lucky. I can't type good.
Don't, David, came on the show. Honey, I want you to type it. Take your time.
You want me to send you a link so you can join in?
You can join in. I can put you on the screen if you want to be here, baby. We can put you on the podcast.
Yeah, we can put you in. If you want to be on here, just I send you the link. But back again to the topic, you know what I'm saying? People, Joy said, just be yourself. I've never tried to fit in anywhere with anyone, and you never should. Just be you. People tell you that about me. I'm who I am. That's it.
Yeah.
Abba said, in my opinion, Dave Chappelle demonstrates perfectly the difference between speaking properly and speaking white. Why you say that, Abba? But I'm a Dave Chappelle fan. I love Dave Chappelle. Thomas said, why do blacks say you're acting white when you are educated? That's what she was saying. Why can't you just speak proper English? Right. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to speak Ebonics all the time. You don't have to be hood all the time. If you speak that way, you just speak that way. It shouldn't be white. Oh, they acting white because you speak proper. Because you don't say ain't. You say is or are or there. You know what I'm saying? And the way it's supposed to be instead of taking with your words and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's just crazy to me. Mike said, this is tricky. This is a tricky subject. It's more than we are addressing. Being a biracial male is crazy. We have to know who we are as an individual. You are absolutely right. Because I have mixed nieces and not mixed nephews. Yeah, but I have mixed. But they had to identify with themselves, and I said, maybe just be you. Be your best self, whatever it is you choose to be, because you're all of these things. You shouldn't have to pick one. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. It's what you're taught. And then, so many times you will hear people like, that's biracial, like, what's her name? Zoe Kravitz. She only identified as white till all this stuff started happening. And she started, and her grandmother was lady to play Willis on the Jeffersons. So her dad, Lenny Kravitz, had to tell her, you have to embrace your blackness, because Lisa Bonet is biracial too. So, you have to teach kids to step into their own truth. Don't just be telling them this is what they're supposed to be because they're this or they're that or whatever. Because they say if you got 1% of black in you, you're considered black, is what they say. So what difference will make? Because at the end of the day, guess what, y'all? Everybody's blood is red, and we all humans. And so it shouldn't make a difference.
That have, my father's brother is completely black. His kids.
I can't hear you.
Me?
It's like you're distorted.
I don't know why.
Abba said, speaking white goes beyond grammatical correct. There is something different in the intonation, in my humble opinion. That's true, Abba. I can agree with that. Y'all excuse the stuff in the background. I've been cleaning all day, throwing out stuff, so it's all good. But yeah, so I agree with that, Abba. It does go way beyond grammatical correctness, because some people just, choose to speak correctly, and it doesn't make it right or wrong. You just, because you don't want your kids to be going somewhere and they don't understand anything a person is saying to them, because the only thing they've been taught was Ebonics and hood shit.
Hey, all you gotta do is look at Texas. You look at Texas and you see a whole bunch of the Ebonics. You can't even understand it. People just running on in sentences on Texas. You can't understand the A's, the B's, the F's, all this shorthand words that I can't wrap my head around. What?
I thought you was talking about the people in Texas. Look at Texas. Now I know you're talking about Texas.
You ain't on the screen. I don't see you. There you go. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on right now, y'all. We having technical difficulties.
Okay. No, when you were saying Texas, I thought you were saying the people in Texas instead of texting.
Like texting. People be texting. I don't understand texting at all. Like, I'd be like, what in the hell is this? What does this mean? What are they trying to say to me? Yeah, I'd be lost. The shorthand, like Jalen can't text. I don't understand nothing he say.
Greg said, did you hear what Abba said? Abba said, speaking white goes beyond grammatical correctness. There is something different in the intonation, in my humble opinion. And Greg said, I don't care what my white friends think, but it kills me when a black man talks shit about a black woman out with the white man, but it's okay for them to be with the white woman. That's what I was saying. That's what this whole topic came about, because we were just talking about stuff amongst ourselves. And I said, you know what? I said, well, I'm going to put this up today because I'm so sick of these dudes that always have this stereotype why we can't date who we want to, but it's okay for them to go out here and if date any woman under the sun, but as soon as they see us out with somebody other than a black man, it's always an issue. That's just like, you know, all of the, you know, they don't do the videos like they used to, but back in the day, whenever all these beautiful black women, you see all the rappers like in Brazil, all these different places with exotic women, when you have beautiful black women right here where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, not a slap in the face to black women, but it's just like you don't appreciate the black woman and you came from a black woman.
Well, maybe they're not attracted. Maybe they're not attracted to them.
That could be true. And I said that earlier. It's your preference. You like what you like. My whole thing is don't get mad because if that's what I like too, you want to like it, but it ain't okay for me to like it. That's what I'm saying. That was the point I was trying to make. Opposite, what is ebonics? Is it like e-commerce? No, when people just be saying
you can't damn understand at all.
Yeah. Hey Donnie, where you been? Joey said, my baby sister sounds kind of white. I guess because she works for the government, flying from state to state, training white folks.
Okay,
no,
Paul,
she just
you hear what you
correctly.
Said? She sounds kind of white because she speaks proper English. We have labeled ourselves and said, oh, she talked like a white girl. She talked like a person who's talking educated. Why we can't just say that?
Right. We love you too, Greg. Be safe. But yeah, so you know, it's like when you have people out here with little kids and they teaching them all this slang and stuff. And so when they go to school and they learning, you know, how to speak correctly, you know, for education, they be like, what? They're confused. Mm-hmm. They're confused.
And most kids don't like English.
You know? Huh?
I said most kids don't like English. Most kids don't even like English. Don't even pick up a book.
Well,
in the household now, the average kid don't even pick up a book. Now Harper ain't got no choice. She's gonna speak proper English because her Tata gonna beat it in her head, but she will not talk bad English. Not
books coming to this house every week for Brixton. Every week, I don't play that. I didn't play that with my kids. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you gotta read.
Yeah, it is.
Don't know nothing.
Bible. Yeah. Hey, Kareem. Kareem said, "Hello, lovely lady."
Hey, Kareem.
But yeah, so you know, my thing is date who you want to date, but don't be turning your nose up at people every time you sit with somebody else or a different ethnicity. You know what I'm saying?
Like
because
who you like.
People date who they want. Huh?
I said like who you like. If somebody makes you happy like that.
Oh yeah. I thought you asked me what do I like. I was like what?
Well, I know you ain't racist, and I know you don't care. You like who you like.
I like somebody with some damn sense. How about that?
Yeah, somebody that acting.
That's what I like.
Yeah, make me laugh a little bit. Oh, fool.
David said, I can't read, but I still don't agree. You need to stop.
Whatever, David, me and you ain't gonna do this tonight.
Yeah.
We can do this later.
You know, but because that's one thing I never did do with my kids. You better not do this. You better not do that. Da, 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 da. Listen, if they're good to you and they treat you right, okay. I make something I would have to get used to, but I would never tell them who not to date.
You see, Jalen never brought home a complete. You know, he dates an African girl now. Before that, it was a Puerto Rican girl. He say he don't prefer black girls. I don't tell him. I don't ask him why. He don't like black girls.
Jalen don't discriminate, but he's got some in him, like because he's part of you, so he got all types of stuff.
Yeah, he likes a certain kind of look. He goes for the look of a person. He really do.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, Kareem. Love who loves you.
Yeah, that's
I'm with that. I totally agree with that. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm so hungry. I was trying to cook, but my computer, for whatever the reasons, my modem is right over here on the other side, but it wasn't picking up, so I could be cooking while I was talking to y'all because I'm about to starve. My head
hungry, y'all. She hungry.
I am.
Y'all know she will be jumping off here at 9.
If not before.
So do you think, Vonda, you dated a white guy? Just say you met a white guy, you liked everything about him. Would it be a factor if his family didn't like you? Or would it be about him?
No. No. Because I ain't dating his family. I'm dating him.
Okay.
And I ain't got to go to his family house, and they surely ain't going to come to mine.
You ain't cooking no
I mean, if you feel like it, no, I'm saying if you feel like that, because I don't want to be around you. That's what I'm saying. I'd rather know exactly how you feel about me before I put myself in your presence. Right. I don't want to be around you and I know you don't like my ass. I ain't eating that, you ain't drinking that, you make none of that. So no sense in me coming. Right. Abba said, V like someone with some sense. Not that way, Abba. He said, I have with some sense right here. Then I kind of said, I like them kind of sense too, but I want somebody with some sense.
Some sense.
Okay. Maybe say I like black women only. But no, well, I mean,
like
or you date someone, just say he's in the corporate world or whatever, and he's white or whatever, or different from a different ethnic background. He want to take you all over, do all this stuff, but he's not taking you to the corporate functions. He's not taking you around his so-called buddies and all this type of shit, because he don't know how they're going to react to him being with a black woman. And it could also, have an effect on his business and all this type of stuff. It shit happens all the time now, I'm telling you. So what would you do in that case? If he could take you, wine you and dine you, take you here and y'all do all this, but he could never take you around his friends or his professional counterparts?
I think this is once again the conversation in the beginning.
I can agree with that.
You got to have this conversation up front. You cannot go into any mixed race relationship and not have that conversation of what this is going to feel like. What is it going to be like? Especially if you're dating a white guy and his family is like not on that level of like.
I agree with that. I can agree with that. Kareem said, if Shelly don't act right soon, white is going to be Chinese, Mexican, and African. He said everybody but your black ass. Joey said, proper English can be a plus when taking care of business. Good ebonics is for the hood, and date with the heart, not with what anyone feels is best for you. Who, me? I love my black queens. Okay, hey, Ronald. Ron said, hello, beautiful lady. I'm hungry too. What's for dinner? I'm making some jerk chicken pasta and a
she a long way making it too.
Well, I said, girl, I done sliced up my chicken, honey. Mm-mm.
And it's called, you got
Hey, Renee. Hey, Renee. Our shirt look good on you, girl.
Yeah, let's talk about that for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, but anyway, that is a conversation that you have in the beginning, but one time you bring it up, you're like, oh, we'll talk about that at a different time. Not right now. It's always something to keep him from talking about it because it's a touchy subject and he's not comfortable having a conversation. But every time it's something goes on and they having these corporate parties and, the holidays come, you got all this stuff and you can never go. You look good to go everywhere else, but you don't look good enough to be on his arm to go there.
Look good like that, though. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
No, I've ran into that problem.
She lived in
Georgia. Wow.
You welcome, Renee. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff to look at. And then somebody said earlier, like, when y'all argue, what you gonna do? If he say, call you a bitch, call you a nigga. What you gonna do? That's like a double whammy.
Well, hell, black men call you a bitch and a nigga. What's the difference?
No, you don't either. I don't play that shit.
Well, I mean, black men, when they get mad, they be like, you bitch, or you blah, blah, blah. I mean, back in the day, I don't know about now.
Yeah, some of them will. Listen.
I've never been called a nigga, though.
That's true, and you can't stop what a person says. But let me tell you something. I don't tolerate disrespect from nobody. I don't care who it is, male, female, kids, whatever. No, but you have to also give it. If I haven't come off to you and talked to you like that and calling you, belittling you and shit, you definitely not gonna come off on me like that. I'm sorry. It's just not happening because it's gonna be ugly. Yeah, I don't do that.
They sisters bitches all the time. I'm not talking about us per se, but
That's like every time you hear.
Oh, she ain't nothing
you
but
keep
a
going
bitch.
in and out of
Nothing but it is. I can't stand.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so disrespectful. Like, you know, it's like women, we say it like dudes, I guess, use nigga as a term of endearment sometimes. And when we be talking like, girl, oh, you say, bitch, what? You know, like, in that form. But even a lot of times people don't even like that. You know what I'm saying? When you just talking.
Right.
But men, you say that to each other because we, you know, this is us. But, you know, a lot of people you can't say that to because they get out in their feelings. Kareem said, Shelly going to be always be a show off. She always going to be in front of. I don't know what all them emojis is, honey.
What's all that emoji?
Sophia, where you been, girl?
Hey, Rosa.
Rose. David said, stop going to Walmart to get men.
I don't go to
Talking to you, Shelly.
Get anybody. I don't look for men at all. That's the first thing. But you know,
Right. Hey, Orlando.
Don't be mad, David, because I ain't just the sponsor for the black men.
Abba said, I used to think that the street slang was not a problem if the woman using it was beautiful. I hate to say it, but I was wrong. For me personally, the switch turned off real quick. Yeah, because you don't want to go somewhere and a person all loud, ghetto, and just acting a whole fool. I don't like that. Even if I go out with some females or whatever, and one of them is loud and shit, Shelly tell you I'm gone. I get something, I leave.
Ignorant acting people. I don't care who you are. I don't like being
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
A lot of car windows acting like a whole hood fool. No.
Yeah, I just don't like that. Kareem said, respect goes a long way. Disrespect is a sign of weakness because they have nothing else to use. It could be. Why you mad, David?
Why you mad, David? Because
you done pissed him off, and you done pissed in his corn.
You mad, baby? I am. I'm just sad that you mad.
But you know, I don't know, girl. I just say, well, you know, and I can't really speak on that because I haven't dated anybody else.
David, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. David, man,
I haven't really dated outside of my race like that.
I like the white guys. I like the Indians.
Now, I did date a dude one time. Now, I dated a guy one time. He was mixed, but he identified as white. He thought he was white. But I said, with the name you got, honey, because he never knew he was adopted and all that stuff, so he never knew his real parents. A white family adopted him. I said, with your former name, baby, I would hate to break the news to you, but your daddy is black, or blacker. That's just what it is. But he identified with being white, but he looked mixed as day. He had nice hair, but it wasn't kinky, but you could tell he had a lot of black in. You know what I'm saying? But that was as close as I could. Ronald said my brother was married to a white girl, and he told her up front not to ever call him a nigger, even if she was playing. I don't blame him. He was supposed to. He laid that down in the beginning. He laid it down in the beginning. Sophia said, I'll walk away if they loud, wanting some attention, then get mad at the attention you get. Exactly. Opposite, Shelly needs a few shells in that hair, completing the beautiful look. Well, send her some, Abba.
I'm gonna stick them on like a whole African. Like a whole African, you being queen.
Why are you? What is wrong with your speaker? Is it because you keep moving to what? You sound far away and distorted.
I don't know. It's popping up on me. I don't know. You be lying.
Yeah, but you know, I just think I don't know why it's so damn cold in here. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. I say too, you know, just date who you want to date, care about who cares about you, but don't be looking at somebody and being judgmental as hell and hypocritical when you're doing what you don't want them to do. Right. David said, I need her address to send it. He gonna send it to you.
Send what to me?
Oh no. What you got said? Oh Lord, y'all me today.
You're so mad right now. Let you get over yourself.
But that just goes back to the comment Steve had made earlier on the post, and he was like, he's dated all types of women, but he don't want his black queen with anybody else other than a black king. He was like, I love women from all shades. I don't want my sister going out there doing that too. So that, like, again, Steve, if you're watching, that's still a double standard.
Okay.
He said a good black man. That's what he gonna send you.
Okay.
He's sending the shell. No, that was Alba supposed to be sending the shells, Orlando. David gonna send her good black man. David, are you a good black man? I already know what you're gonna say, but I want you to tell the people.
What makes you a good black man if you are one?
Yeah, that's a good question. What makes you a good black man?
Makes you a good black man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tyrone.
Hey, Tyrone. You knew?
You're gonna be saying I should have called Tyrone. David said he believes that he's a good man, not a good black man. Why, David? What makes you a good?
Do you have a good black woman on your shoulder right now? Are you dating a good black woman?
Nope, he's single.
Well, then there lies the problem.
No, because he well, I know him, you know him too, but because he works a lot and he's a single parent. So a lot of that time, you know, I guess dating is hard when you just
right now. Okay, yes.
Duh. Yeah. So you know the story. So yeah, so for him, I think it would be harder.
Oh yeah.
He said, into dating now, I'm picky. I'm picky as hell.
I'm picky.
No, I just say my bullshit radar is on fleek. That's what I say. I don't have time for that at all. I don't have time to entertain nobody's foolishness or the stuff that they're trying to think they're gonna do. I don't have time for that. My patience is like zero for that.
Right. Just be like, no, I'm not doing this today.
Huh?
I said we just be like, no, we're not doing this today.
I don't entertain bullshit at all. I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna do it. Tyrone said, what makes me a good black man is because I love me a good black woman. That don't make you a good black man. You can just love black women.
Black women, all of them.
Joey said, there is no such thing as a good black man or woman. We all have flaws. I disagree with that, Joey.
There are some good ones. There are some great
Simply because people have good and, like you say, good and bad qualities. But because you have some bad qualities or flaws at all, because everybody has flaws, does not make you a bad person. You could be a great person, a good provider, a good nurturer if you're a woman. All that type of stuff makes you a good man or woman. So I don't agree with that, because we already know everybody has flaws. Nobody is perfect, but you could be perfect for someone. You know what I'm saying? So just because he or she is not perfect for you, there's somebody out there that's perfect for a perfect match. So you can't say that. You could say it, but I don't agree with it. Orlando said, that's a good reply. A good man, not a good black man. He is the dude with 3 or 4 businesses, correct? Orlando, you know you be on it. Yep. But yeah. David said you can still be good with flaws. That's what I just said, David. Yeah, exactly. Tyrone said, I say within my race, originality. Okay. And you know, like I said again, we're not saying that you shouldn't date this person or that person. You can date whoever you want to date. It's just, don't be looking at a black woman or a woman of color when she's dating outside of her ethnic group, when men do it all the time and it's supposed to be okay. But as soon as we step out and try to date somebody different, y'all giving us a side eye, turning your nose up and all this type of shit. And just like we're not any good anymore for the black man because we stepped outside of the black community or the ethnic black group. I don't want to say the black race because race is a human race, but you know what I'm saying. Say something.
Me?
Say something.
Why?
I can't hear you. Because I was trying to see if I could hear you, crazy. You just sitting there tomorrow.
What? You can't hear me talking.
Girl, I'm hungry. Don't stop it. But anywho, y'all, she finna a whole migraine. Anyway, I was said, white boy Chad down the street likes good black men. Does he become a good black man? Of course. How you gonna be a good black man when he a whole white man? I don't say a good black man or a good white man or a good Indian man. I just say a good man is a good man. It doesn't matter.
Can you hear
You're
me?
about to give me a whole. You're really about to give me a whole headache.
Hello. Can you hear? Can you hear me now?
Can you see me? Can you see me now?
That is so not nice, bundling bird.
Why you get my whole name? I told you about that shit.
Bundling
but
James.
Anyway.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
She got.
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes, I can.
Oh. You see why she missed me?
Abba said, white boy Chad down the street likes a good black woman. Does he become a good black man? Not white boy Chad.
I can't with you, Abba. No. He's still
Not
white.
White boy Chad. Hey, Q. Q said, no, there is no double standard for him. And Ronald said, is the first time you lost for words. I couldn't tell, Ronald, because she ain't stopped talking yet.
I ain't never lost for words, Ronald, ever.
Joyce said, wait, I've seen the shoe on the other foot. Black women get pissed when they see a black man with a white woman. A lot of times they do, because a lot of times a black man, not all, but some of them be trying to act like they have a white woman on his arm, that black women are beneath him. And you see that a whole lot, that they do that. You know what I'm saying? Like she his eye candy, she's his trophy, and this, that, and other. Like the black woman just ain't shit. That's when black women get upset about that, because it's a certain thing that he's doing to make it look like or seem like that's what it is. Huh?
They downplay you. They get to these people and they start downplaying. You can't downplay one because you're dating the other. Like I would never sit down and go, I would never be dating a white guy and say, oh, you know, black men are just stupid. I would never do that. Like, you know, I just like what I like. I mean, that's would be my answer. I just like what I like.
That should always be the answer.
Yeah, she'd be like, oh, she's a dodo.
James said, okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to do whatever he's want to do. Hold on. Okay. Joey said, wait. Well, no, I said that. Abba said Shelly's microphone in motion, her audio is a bit erratic. I know, that's why I told her, that's why she went out and came back in, Abba.
How don't be calling me out?
Q said date who moves you. David said, say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Orlando says, hey Tracy.
Hey Tracy.
Well, I'm trying to get back up where I was. My computer is acting crazy. Orlando said, y'all about to switch sides now. Ain't nobody said nothing about switching sides. Just talk about double standards, Orlando. Tracy said, I'm late and I only halfway know one of you, but right. I don't think V had dated outside. I have when I was younger. Personally, what's important to me is the same color. Wait a minute. What is it? What's important to me is no. I can't see y'all. Hold on.
What's important to me
personally, what's important to me is the same color, no matter the race. If I say black woman if I see a black woman with a white man, it stands. Wait a minute.
It stands out.
My computer.
I don't have a problem.
Slow.
I got it. It stands out, but I don't have a problem with
go ahead.
Black men typically don't expect a black woman to even want to date outside her race, really.
I agree with that, Tracy. I do. They don't. Black men don't expect that for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but they do it all the time.
I don't know why y'all come streaming in at 9:00 with all these long comments. Bond is hungry.
I'm getting ready to go cook and eat too. Hold on. I don't know. My computer's acting crazy too. I think because we're about to get some bad weather around here too. date who moves you. Okay, well, I can't even talk, y'all. I'm so damn hungry. Tyrone said, if she is happy, good for her. As long as he's a wealthy sucker. White women making away most of black men. I agree.
Not wrong.
A lot of them, I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of them. Q said, when black women date, they and procreate with other races, they change the lineage forever. That's both ways though, Q.
Yeah.
I know what you meant, Tracy. He said our genes are dominant. Orlando said, I don't care if my woman is dating a white dude. If it's not my woman, I don't care.
Right.
Joey said, I don't like white meat. If it's you, if it's your preference, more power to you. I've heard that black women treat men of other races differently than they do black men. What are your opinions? I can answer that, Abba, because I've done it, so I don't know. Have you treated men, a different ethnic group that you've dated differently than you treat a black man?
No. I cuss them out all the same. Look, they get cussed out all the same way. In the same language. Everything, you get cussed out the same way. No. That's retarded. No.
Orlando, you so crazy. Kisa, I say we invade all other races and change their bloodlines forever.
You just say you don't want to date a black girl.
Well, like I said, date who you want to date, but just turning your nose up and being hypocritical when you see a sister somebody else is all I'm saying. Period. You know, treat people how you want to treat it, love who loves you, and keep it moving. That's all I'm saying.
At the end of the day,
because like I said earlier, before a lot of y'all came on, I don't care if he's yellow, black, white, green, blue. Most of them full of shit. A lot of them. It's some good ones too. Don't get me wrong. It's some good ones. Like it's a lot of women full of shit too. I mean, it's an equal playing field. But I'm just saying, people put so much emphasis on the color of somebody to try to what's the word I'm looking for? To try to identify them with being a certain way. You know what I mean? Usually if they see a black man, or he must have a lot of kids, or he sell drugs, or they see a white guy, oh, he must have a business, he got this, he got that, all that type of stuff. All that's bullshit. People got what they got because they work hard for it, whatever the case may be, and they date who they want to date out of preference. And again, like I keep saying, just don't turn your nose up at somebody else because they're not dating someone who looks like you.
Right.
Is all I'm saying.
Just be
and
fair.
With that being said, opposite cuss them out the same way. Use proper English, I hope. Hush.
Be quiet.
We can always go back and look at it, Tracy, and hit us on. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel too. They can Shelly pick me up from the bus stop. I don't know, but I'm getting ready to tell y'all good night so I can make me something to eat because I'm about to get a real bad headache. So with that being said, I love y'all. Y'all can see Shelly feeling a lot better than she was the other day. And she been getting on my nerves the whole time.
You're missing it all.
So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, NaughtyNights22. Go to our site and order some of our merchandise, y'all.
Cheap ass.
Really
talk about the black supporters. Look. We not talk about y'all.
Joey said black. Let me read these last two. Love you too, Orlando. Joey said black is the most dominant bloodline. Whites know this. Their race would disappear if we all mix. Yeah, it's on their way to that now. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and tell y'all good night. We love y'all. This is Shelly Live and V Lovebird, loving life and loving what we do. Start the song. We love you too, Joey.
We out. Tomorrow, same time, same place.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly Live
me want no fake love,
and V Lovebird. Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly Live and be lovebird. Shelly Live and be lovebird. Shelly Live and be lovebird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shelly Live and be lovebird. Shelly Live and be lovebird. Shelly Live and be lovebird.
Good night.